Hello there, Internet, and welcome back to my continuing coverage of February 2026's Steam NextFest. This is most likely the last video that I'm recording specifically, or the last game that I'm recording specifically from the NextFest selection. There's at least one that I might put into this that I actually haven't released yet because I'm not entirely sure it's a particularly good quality video. I think I may have been a little bit unfair in it, but I haven't had time to go back and rewatch it. So I'm going to go and do that after I've got the next couple of things out of the way. This is the demo for Replaced, which is not a Metroidvania. It is a cyberpunk 2D platformer. I've always imagined it to be a little bit like Flashback, but I don't know whether there's any kind of truth to that whatsoever. All I know is that it's very, very pretty. I remember seeing the announcement for this, was it a couple of years ago at this point? And it has some very, very pretty pixel art, or at least it did from screenshots. Let's see what it's actually like in game. This seems to very, very clearly be using a 3D model with a pixel filter over the top, which I've noticed a few companies doing recently, including actually the guys that made God of War Sons of Sparta. I'm reasonably certain that there were a large number of models in that game that were just 3D created and then pixelized after the fact. But until they released that game on PC, I can't really dig into the files and find out. Anyway, let's give this a go. It's got 30 minutes. Let's begin. I should say 30 minutes-ish, really, shouldn't I? Okay, so this is 3D, but with 2D. So it's 2.5D. Because this is very clearly 3D. Actualizing our status. I work at Phoenix Corporation. Me as an AI, and you as my creator and operator, Warren, was flawless until today. Grief over the death of your only friend and my co-creator, Stephen, caused critical overload that blew up my servers. The damaged neural interface somehow transferred me into your body, Warren. The damage control squad arrived at the burning laboratory not to help the survivors, but to eliminate them. We had to flee. Our escape forced us beyond the Phoenix City wall. Our priorities are to survive, get back to the laboratory, return your body to you, and uncover Phoenix Corporation's motives. Right. Straight away a piece of feedback. I am going to have to assume that all of that telling there is actually shown to us through gameplay, cutscene, or what have you, before we get to this stage in the actual game. Because if it's not, and that is, and this is how the game starts, that's an awful opening. Ooh, this feels interesting. We're not going for fast pace here, clearly, and that's fine. We've got some weight to our movements. I've fallen. I like that it says hold such and such when we're running to jump further. It doesn't tell us how to run. Arco state those who live outside the walls are provided with all the necessities, but this place is ruined. As I said, very pretty, but clearly a 3D game. I don't think that was communicated particularly well in stuff up until this point. But yeah, I mean that JCB in the background, you know, you can add some slight pixel looking textures to it. That doesn't make it any less a 3D. Just an observation, not necessarily a critique. You could say that this is like 2.5. No, the kind of pixel art HD thing that the Octopath games use. I'm assuming I'm going to need to jump on this, so I'll take it with me. To let you experience replaced combat system more thoroughly, this demo features the Huxley gun ability, which is obtained at a later stage in the full game. Square for basic attack, counter attack, jump or dodge, gun blast finisher, restore health. Okay, the animations are nice, but there's a certain... There's a certain stiffness to the combat. Nice animations, though. That's kind of cool. Oh, there was some... I think this is going for Arkham. Is this going for Arkham style combat flow? Okay, I mean, fair enough. Let's go back to the tutorials. Nice interface. I can't change anything there. Okay, it was that I wanted. Wingman, restore health, jump, basic attack, interact or counter attack was triangle. Okay. I wasn't entirely sure what I was doing because it was just all kind of info dumped. So we get that gun later on. Southwest Labour District. This district was part of Phoenix City before the wall was built. There's always a wall. I think we're being chased. Hit the damn car steady. I'll get this asshole. Those people threaten our existence. We need to be discreet to survive. Stealth? I'm all about stealth. We need to adapt to the light beam pattern, Warren. Thanks, AI in head. There's a guy there. Oh, it's a hunt night. Okay, so we've got some very basic stealth gameplay. That was a bit clunky. Can we come into and out of stealth mode at will? Health increased. Minor. Don't know why we can't just walk around that. You're hereby notified to vacate this residential property by November 20th, 1970, 9 AM. Finalisation of Phoenix City infrastructure reorganisation. Interesting. 1970. I like the diegetic nature of that UI. Or that interface. Huh. Well, we can't jump any higher than that, so... What do you want me to do, game? But literally all we can do in terms of controls is... Can we move into the foreground? No? Is there something that we can push? Ah. See, it's not made it clear that these are things you can do in the game. Aha. It's fairly obvious once you see it, but it's like... What's all that fuss out there? Might be Mole's bastard again. Blondie went apeshit after we offered his patron. Keep your bloody eyes peeled, alright? Ah. Yeah, okay, it is going for... it's going for Arkham-style counterattacks, but in 2D, which is cool. That feels better now I know what it's doing. The tutorial just didn't do a very good job of showing that that was what it was going for. Performance isn't amazing. Pawn shopkeepers notice. Laura, always check everything with the dosimeter. Emitters are still dangerous, plus 100% scavenge from the dirty lands. I don't do that crap in my pawn shop. Ah, we are going to get moving in and out. Okay. Oh, good. More stealth. I'm assuming this is automated, which is why they don't notice the big yellow box moving. Yeah, I'm definitely getting kind of old school flashback style vibes with the rotoscope style characters, very specific animation style, realistic but low frames. Oh. The smoothness of the animations between these kind of attack flow states is great, but oops, that was the wrong button. It's still quite basic though. I would hope that this would, like in the Arkham games, be spruced up with a lot more options, because as it is, it's very much just a case of press triangle when there's a yellow warning thing nearby. Our congregation is fading away. Oh no, that's a shame. Such sympathy for the church I have. Yeah. In terms of atmosphere, I'm assuming red attacks are ones that I can't do anything about. It's quite basic. It could do with a bit of spice. It certainly feels like there's juice, there's impact to stuff, but it's actually not very interesting combat wise. And the fact that they said that, oh, we shouldn't even have the gun yet. Oh, we're running now. Oh, we have a puzzle. Okay. Inaugural address. My friends, my fellow citizens. Uh-huh. Huh. Interesting. Find more coal for a better tomorrow. So they outlawed nuclear, and everything had to be natural. Good old fossil fuels. Great for the environment. Oh, good. More basic combat. Hey, prick, you think you're a big deal? Well, let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna rip you from limb to limb. Get him. It looks stylish, but I won't say there's a lot of... Ugh. Blood. Okay. Well, 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 you were quite a thrill to chase. Now stand still. You won't hurt much this way. I have no solution for this situation, Warren. Run? Dodge? Just stand there? Hell yeah, baby. Did you see that jazz? Tempest, the action movie, coming to the theatres near you. No time to waste being awestruck. Climb up on the wreckage before backup arrives. Deus Ex Machina. What up? Ooh boy, that was a close one back there. Close, but no cigar. Man, you're tough as hell, getting so far. Taking out the termite trash on the way. You better watch out, you'll steal my job. Now I usually grab the newbies right from the pits, if I'm swift enough, that is. Whatever. Name's Tempest. I am R.E.A.H. Like Richard, or like the bloody homicidal core machine? Just joking, dude, relax. Who am I to judge names? You're okay, R.E.A.H. I'm taking you to a safe place. Catch your breath now, as we're about to make like a banana and split. What's with the cliches? For a fresh out-of-hatch disposal, you're quite capable. What body part did they take? This body is whole, just mildly injured. Now, how did you get here? I escaped. Then I fell from the wall and somehow survived. Can't decide if you're lucky or not, this place you've landed in. Phoenix Core dumps its waste here. And we're the waste, or disposals, if you will. Why are you not hostile? Why should I be? Is that what they say about us in the city? Every human I've encountered showed extreme aggression. Those see termites as humans, dude. They're violent scumbags. They hide in old shafts and use mining equipment to hunt us for fun and for food. So if you see them, you kill them. Or run. I need to get back behind the wall as soon as possible. It's always this way, you know. Denial's the start. Sweet, sweet acceptance. What do you mean? Come on, have you seen the frickin' wall? It's insuperable. So unless you can fly and melt shit with your eyes... Wait a sec, a gun. Can you use it? Yes, I found it on a dead trooper. I assume the biolock malfunctioned, so I... Well, I never. A Phoenix gun a disposal can use. Man, I cannot wait to see the council's faces. Unless I make them change their tune for sure. Come on, Richie boy. Jump into the car. I'll get you back. I'll get us all back. I recognise this man, Warren. Rolf Hurd. We processed his profile before. We should follow. The troopers will come looking for him. They will take us back to the laboratory. Oh. Thank you for playing the replaced demo. I had heard from people who asked me whether I was going to play this, whether I knew much about the game, and I basically said no. All I know is that the screenshots were quite pretty, and they said, yeah, it's definitely not a Metroidvania, and it's probably not quite what you're going to expect. And they were right. It's not what I expected, but I'm not really sure what I was expecting. I was expecting a kind of pretty cyberpunk pixel art game, and that was kind of as far as I got. Because as soon as people said, well, it's not a Metroidvania, and I didn't think it was. It's like, well, it's going to be stage based. Is it going to be narrative? What's the hook going to be? And it seems like it's what do they call it? 2D HD or HD 2D or something? Game with, I think they're going for pseudo Arkham, and by Arkham I mean Batman, the Batman games, the Arkham games, where combat flows and counters and so on and so forth. It feels like that, nowhere near as complex right now at least as those games. But otherwise, that was basically, left to right with some very light puzzle solving, box pushing, some combat, some stealth sections. Was it fun? It was alright. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm blown away. This is actually really, really cool. It's like, it looks cool, but the actual gameplay was just like, yeah, there's gameplay. And that was kind of it. I'm not underwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm just kind of whelmed with this. This was just like, yeah, okay. I'm intrigued enough by the story to want to know what is going on, though I do think that introduction was poor, if that is the legitimate introduction to the game. I'd hope that there would be more showing from an actual intro playable section or cinematic or what have you, as opposed to just standing in the street being talked at info dump. But yeah, I'm interested enough to find out what happens next. Do we have any information about the game so far? 14th of April this is coming out. So pixel graphics, 2D platformer, action, cyberpunk. So 6 weeks until then. It's a 2.5D cinematic action platformer wrapped in an intense cyberpunk thriller narrative. Run, climb and fight through crumbling districts, industrial wastelands and neon-lit alleys with fluid movement and fast responsive combat. Yeah, I can see where that might start coming in. I don't think it's there yet. And I do think the performance was just a little bit ropey in places. It got some of that kind of familiar lurchiness to it, where performance isn't quite right. It is a Unity game, and Unity games do sometimes stumble when it comes to 3D elements. And this certainly seems to be going for a lot of shaders and stuff like that in combination with the pixel art and the 3D environments. So yeah, 6 weeks. I mean, this is already on my wish list, isn't it? I think this is already on my wish list. Oh, it's not. Interesting. Not entirely sure why that was. I'm sure this is the game that I was thinking of. It is now on my wish list. Anyway, so if nothing else, it's done its job. Is it a day one purchase? Don't know, depends if there's anything else out that week, I suppose. But interesting enough. Interesting enough. And I do like a good cyberpunk thriller. So we'll see how that goes. I think that's it. I think that's probably it for my coverage of NextFest, but I won't say any more than that, just in case there's another 8 videos in the playlist after this one or something. But thank you very much for checking out my playthrough of the Replaced demo, and I'll catch you all in whatever video comes next. Let me know down below, was this what you expected? Weird one. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.